What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so what we are talking about today is something I personally experienced working with this same company. So there's a little news video clip that I came across of, and this is with a delivery driver. Basically, he almost passed out due to the extreme heat that everybody is facing. But when I saw the video, I was like, yo, I remember that same feeling. So I wanted to make this video not just for delivery drivers. This is for delivery drivers, but everybody who's out there who's working in this type of extreme heat and weather. So first thing, I'm just going to play a little piece of the clip. I'm not going to play the whole article or the whole video. I'll drop that in the description if you want to check it out. All right, so we're going to watch this clip real quick, and then I'm going to follow up giving you my experience and just my little input and insight on this topic. Let's go.
Talking, a delivery driver for Amazon caught on camera nearly fainting on a family's front porch in this sizzling heat.
Yeah, a number of other workers now reaching out to us after seeing our story, telling us, hey, we're experiencing the very same thing. Jason Miles following up with the story you'll only see on KHOU 11.
This is one of the delivery centers where Amazon trucks roll in and out all day. The company says all of the trucks have AC, unlike some other delivery companies. But there are rules when it comes to keeping the AC on while on the job.
You might say this video's gone viral thanks to my report from yesterday. It shows an Amazon contract delivery driver coming close to collapsing on a Cypress family's front porch while dropping off a pile of packages in triple-digit heat. Workers who reached out say they love a lot about their jobs, but believe Amazon should adjust what's known as its EOC, or engine off compliance, that requires engines to be shut off during delivery stops, especially in areas where summer is sizzling. Amazon says in part, quote, currently in Texas, up to an additional 2 hours of breaks are being built into delivery route. The company says idling is acceptable in some cases as long as safety measures are observed.
All right, so a few things that they touched on in that little brief thing. They said that there's basically like a policy about cutting your air conditioner off. We're going to talk about that. I personally experienced this policy when I was working on the delivery side. But so this happened in Houston. This was in Texas. First thing I want to say, anybody dealing with this heat, you cannot be playing around with hydration. Make sure you drinking water out there. Now, as I was saying earlier, this is something I personally experienced. I was doing delivery in the summertime. Last summer, go look at my old vlogs. I was out there. I was getting trained in the peak of summer. And the one time in life, the only time since I've been on planet Earth that I've almost passed out, Amazon takes the title. It was at Amazon doing delivery. Now, it was during the summertime as well. Luckily, I was with a trainer. As we were doing our thing, boom, 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 we was delivering to apartments, so we was going all over the place. Stuff was all unorganized. Anyways, I ain't gonna go off into that little rant. But after we dropped off some packages, we went back to the van to get some more stuff, right? So we got back in the van. We walked in the back. As we loading up the little thing again, I just feel weird. You feel me? I've never felt like that before, but I'm the type of dude, I'll feel something and like I'll push it out. Even if it's something like, hey, hey, my body like, hey, bro, I'm finna drop you in a minute if you don't listen. I was sitting there like, all right, how many packages we need? Acting like none of what's going on. But it was to the point where my trainer was like, you okay? And I was like, yeah. She was like, look, go ahead and go sit in the front seat. There's some water up there. Drink some water, go to a room. And as soon as I sat down, I felt it. I just felt super heavy. So she was like, yo, I think you was about to pass out. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I've never passed out. Maybe, I don't know. But the scary thing about it is, like that dude, right? Imagine if there was no wall right there. Imagine if he was walking back to his van and it hit him then. He's trying to catch himself. He fall over on the bush and hit his head on the ground. Or even worse, imagine he made it back to his van, put his stuff in the back. Being in the back of that van, that ups the temperature like 67 degrees. It get hot back there. Imagine if the guy in the video didn't get close to passing out in the shade in front of the house. Imagine if he made it back to the van. He's loading his stuff up in his van and passes out in the back of the van. That's very possible to happen. That's one thing I was always worried about. And when I first started, I never really opened the side door at first. I would just, grab the packages, and when I'm ready to go, then open it. But that heat, it was just too crazy. So as soon as I stopped, I would go in the back, open that door for that reason, so the air can come in. Also, because if you pass out back there, that could be fatal. no one can see in the back of that van unless, say, you got the door open. You feel me? And you mess around and pass out. In today's time, people gonna walk by and be like, oh, you're not gonna get me with this prank, and keep it pushing. You feel me? You got 1,000 TikTokers walking around doing pranks every day. People will probably think it's a prank. You mess around, be laid out in the back of your Amazon van for 6.5 hours because they ain't gonna check on you until you start going over your schedule. But on a serious note, that can really happen. That can really take place. But see, another thing that gets brought up in this article is something I had to deal with as well. I thought it was a myth. You feel me? I thought they was joking. I thought this was an urban story. They tried to hit me. When you read this article, they talk about, what is it called? It's called the EOC, Engine Off Compliance. I remember like it was yesterday because I thought it was a joke. I'm in Arizona, you feel me? So we had a stand-up, which is when everybody gets together. And the owner was like, all right, you guys, we're kind of going high on our EOS, engine off standard, whatever I just said. And we got to make sure our compliance. We got to make sure that we're in compliance with us cutting off our engines. I got a question. Matter of fact, I got all the questions. And I was sitting there like, so what about the air? Oh, yeah, we just have to be in compliance, yada, yada, yada. I'm the type, you feel me? Listen, I know you got to say what you got to say. Same thing with the brakes. Hey, guys, we got to take our brakes. I was like, all right, I hear you, but I'm going to do, you know what I mean? So I heard them. I heard, but I never cut off my engine. Go back to them vlogs. Every vlog that I made, one thing you're going to notice, my engine was always on, except if when I go out of view, of course, I didn't want nobody stealing people's packages or stealing the van. I would cut it off and take the keys. Other than that, I'm not cutting off my van. But the thing was, they never got on my case about that. But it's a serious thing though. When I saw this story, I was like, yo, this is crazy, because when I talked to the people at CNBC, the senior producer, not the people, the senior producer, this was one of the things where she was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, because we were talking to each other on a video call. I was in the car sweating as we was talking about the job. She just seeing me dripping and dripping and dripping. Each little sentence, I'm over here wiping my face. And then as I'm wiping my face, I said, oh, and that's another thing we should probably talk about, how there was a time I almost passed out. I said, this is a safety issue. And then she literally was like, yo, I haven't covered that before. Bet. And then I never did the interview. Listen, as I always tell you guys, whether it be at Amazon, whether it be a delivery, whether it be in a warehouse, wherever you work, you have to be the first safety line of defense of your life, because these big companies, it's not going to be them. They'll take action maybe afterwards. You see, because when you read this article, it says, oh yeah, after the story got out, then, you know what I mean, some press release happened. And I've talked about that so many times, especially with Amazon. They're moved, in my opinion, I'm not a representative of the company, by public pressure. But, you feel me? What has to happen for public pressure to be pressed and then something be implemented? It's like, that may be too late. So you don't want to be the one passing out on TV. You don't want to be the one working yourself into a heart attack at the job until your company decides to do something. So whatever you do at your job, you feel me, any type of safety stuff, don't think just because you're doing it means it's safe. If you need to take extra precaution at your job, at whatever you do it. If you out here doing Uber, you feel me, it may not be best to do Uber with drunk people getting in the car, you know what I mean, sitting right behind you. I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just any type of job. We have to take safety into our hands. That's not just an Amazon situation or FedEx or this or that, because it's not just Amazon who has to deal with this. FedEx is dealing with this issue. They had a UPS driver out here in Arizona. He passed out. I should play that clip too, but I don't feel like looking for it. But go look it up for yourself. His UPS driver passes out in Arizona due to the heat. This is a big issue. This is one of those industry problems as a whole when it comes to the delivery side. And I hope, you feel me, I didn't put this video out too late. I wanted to do a vlog on this when I was talking about delivering at nighttime a while ago. But the reason why I say I hope it ain't too late, because it's like 100 and something, 16, 17 out here in Arizona. Even on the Arizona Instagram page, they were like, yo, this has been like the hottest day we've had since 2021 or 2020, something like that. So listen, everybody be safe out there, whether you're doing delivery, whether you're doing whatever you're doing at your job, whether you go stock food at the Walmart. Let's say you see somebody stealing and trying to run out the store. let them go. You feel me? Forrest, run. You feel me? Run, Forrest, run. Encourage them. Not playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You gonna mess around and lose your job. They be like, yeah, he got away, but we saw you on the camera cheering him on, talking about Forrest. But what I'm saying is, with all these jobs, there are ways where we as employers, we get too bought into these jobs, and we sometimes could put a little bit more in our situation to where our safety could be harmed. How many times have you seen somebody at a convenience store trying to stop a robber and that goes left? I think I did a video on that. How many times have we seen a restaurant, you feel me, brawl, you feel me, take place? All this stuff. Listen, you take care of your safety because your job may not do it. Anyways, don't want to rant too long about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit that, what other button? We gotta hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. And yes, I am an artist. I go by the name of SB. I do motivation, inspiration type music. Links will be in the description if you want to check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify. Go stream it, go show some support, all that good stuff. Other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. It's your boy SB. Let's go. I'm on my grind. 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 I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I get up, I get out and get to it. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Eesh.